Plateaus. So welcome to the Hunger Habit 21-day challenge, days 8 and 9. So today was day 8 and tomorrow is day 9. So today for day 8, reconnect with your body. So to do that is very, very helpful to do what's called the body scan technique. So this is a meditation technique that you could do whenever you're doing meditation, but it's probably easiest, as the author suggests, to do it at night when you lie down in bed ready to fall asleep, and before you do, you just do the body scan. So the way it works, you lay down flat with your arms and legs kind of stretched out. You're lying on your back, and in your mind, with your eyes closed, you're just feeling every single body part separate. So for example, to give you an idea, you just feel your toes. See if you can feel any sensation in each toe separate. Then you feel the bottom of your foot, the top of your foot, then your your ankle, your shin, and your thighs, and so on, just going up. Internally also, feel your heart space as well. Maybe your stomach, you could feel your stomach internally, and kind of go on like this. And there's plenty on YouTube. There's plenty of body scan meditation, so maybe put one of those on until you learn to do it yourself. And don't despair if you fall asleep halfway through it, for example, because you're tired. That's fine. It just means you connected and you relaxed yourself, and then you just drifted off. So that's a successful meditation still. So that is day 8. So tonight you can try that, and I will be trying this myself as well tonight. And then tomorrow, to get to know your pleasure plateaus. So as Dr. Brewer explains that when we're eating our food, even if it's our favorite food, there comes a time where another scoop or another bite of it, it's kind of losing its the taste is a little bit less. You're not so much enjoying it as you just did before, because you kind of overdo it, or you had enough. So basically that's the exercise to do tomorrow. So maybe choose a time where you're not super hungry, because sometimes when you're super hungry and you try to kind of be mindful of every bite, it might not work, because you kind of just ravenous and wanted to get the food in as soon as possible, and you might struggle to pay attention to every bite. So maybe do it for a dessert or snack in between when you're not super ravenous, but just say fancy a dessert or your favorite snack, and then take note of how you're feeling, what's the taste sensation, and you wanting it more. So a scale from 1 to 10, how much you want it or not. So after every bite, check with yourself how pleasurable it is and how much you want another bite, and give yourself a score. 1, or 0, you don't want any more, or you'll be sick if you take any more, and 10 is it's pleasurable, I want more. So do this exercise to try and gauge where is your pleasure plateau with a particular food. So if it's ice cream, do it with ice cream. If it's chocolate, do it with chocolate. In fact, Dr. Brewer talks in his book about this experiment that this scientist lady did. So she recruited volunteers that wanted to eat as much of their favorite chocolate as they wanted, right? So she found the chocolate that was most liked by most people, and then she let them eat that chocolate as many as they wanted. And after each square of chocolate, she checked with them, where is their desire or where's their pleasure, on the scale of 0 to 10, and if they wanted any more. So some stopped as quickly as after 12 squares, and some needed 74 squares before they said no more. Okay, so that's very interesting. So yeah, so it's just trying to find your pleasure plateau, trying to feel for it, for your favorite foods, favorite snacks to begin with, and then once you mastered that, once you picked out that, you know, half a tub of ice cream, or, you know, one chocolate bar, or, you know, how many squares of chocolate is where you're kind of starting to feel a little bit not as pleasant anymore, you know, or where you kind of just like, actually it doesn't taste as nice as it did at the start. Yeah, so try to feel for these subtle sensations. So if there is, you know, just at one point where it doesn't quite feel as nice as the square before or a bite before, then it might be your clue that you kind of reached your pleasure plateau. But also be mindful that it takes 15 to 20 minutes between your stomach being full to send your signal to the brain that it is full. So yeah, so take your time with it. Don't rush. I mean, with snacks, you might not go to the fullness. You might just go for the satisfaction factor, because you're not trying to fill yourself with snack. You just, um, you know, having a nice, tasty experience. So yeah, but do the pleasure plateau to figure out where is that bliss point kind of leveling out, and then afterwards, you know, it's kind of becoming a little bit not as appetizing as it did before, so that you know in the future when you go to eat that particular snack or that favorite food of yours, where is your kind of pleasure plateau, so you don't go over. Because I know I've done this before, even with the foods I love. I've eaten, especially so quick, and just not paying attention, watching a movie or something, to the point where, like, ugh, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. I've done this with chocolate. I think I don't need too much dark chocolate. I think I need probably about half a bar, if not less. You know, if I was more mindful, I probably need less squares of chocolate. If you really savor every bite and watch how you feel, you know, with every bite and every square, you would probably stop sooner than you think. So yeah, so do this pleasure plateau, finding experiment with initially with snacks, the foods you kind of love when you're not super hungry, and then once you got that down, you felt your pleasure plateaus with that, then you can move this experiment and mindful eating towards normal meals as well, and see how that feels, and see where, you know, where it's your kind of pleasure plateau, and, you know, to stop you going into overeating territory, and even, you know, not going into a clean plate club, because I'm a member of clean plate club, right? I hate food waste. And plus I love food, so I would always, no matter how much I put on the plate, and normally I put way too much really for my stomach size, because your stomach size is like your fist, so just always remember that. But I normally kind of pile up double or triple that normally on my plate, and I always kind of eat my plate clean. So that's, yeah, so don't be a member of clean plate club. Try and explore and find your pleasure plateau. Eat just as much as it's satisfying, it's flavorful, you like it, and with meals in particular, wait for that fullness signal. So eat slow, chew every bite, take pleasure in food. And that's, you know, I still really need a lot of work on that, because I still eat way too fast. I don't enjoy every bite. I don't, you know, like chew many times. And a lot of times, because of eating too fast, I finish way before 15 or 20 minutes. So my stomach doesn't even have a chance to give a signal to my brain that I'm full, because I've already finished in 5 or 10 minutes flat, right? So yeah, so make sure with your meals you take your time, chew, enjoy every bite, and kind of give your body time to send you signals that you actually satiated, that you're full, and you don't need any more food. So yeah, so that's day 8 and 9. Let me know down below what you see if you try this and experiment for yourself. Would be interesting to hear from you guys. And I'll meet you for day 10. See you next time, guys.